All right, welcome everyone to another exciting episode of the Shop and Tread Talk podcast. As usual, we got Frank with us,
Hello,
and
hello.
today we got a special guest, Zeb from Strokers Diesel. Thanks for joining us tonight, man. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here. I'm always up to get on a pod, so
Yeah, well, I've definitely listened to, I'm pretty sure all of your podcasts, whether it's on Mike's show, and I believe you've been on Jeff's as well.
yeah, I've been on Jeff's twice, and then I've been on with Josh,
Hmm.
Limitless Leadership,
Yep, I've heard them all, man,
and
and they've always been a lot of fun.
I think I've been on another one or two, but I can't remember which ones.
I gotta say the last one you were on with Mike, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like that one. Well, I'm real comfortable around those guys, which I'm comfortable around Jeff too, but um, especially Mike and Brian, we talk. Well, me and
Mike,
Brian talk all day, every day. I mean, we're
yeah,
constantly talking. So
yeah. I was on a podcast with him about a month ago on Mike's, and man, it was a vibe. We had a ton of fun.
yeah, I listen to it.
Yeah, yeah. That's the one where we're talking about me trading tires for Legos.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it
Well,
sounded like it was a really good trade for sure.
Hey man, $500 Lego set for two used tires, and we can't go wrong.
yeah, that's
Well,
right.
hey, you got to do what you got to do. Trade where you can. That's the way the world works.
So Zeb, I was doing a little research about you here earlier. So you've been at it for since 2005, and you went from a small shop into something the size of Costco, from what I can see.
Yeah, that's right. I started in 4,000 feet. I actually started smaller than that, but
Yeah.
my first real shop of my own was 4,000 feet, and then we added on. We made it 9,000 feet, and then we went to 12,000 feet, and then this time we went to 62,000 square feet.
Only
Wow.
62,000.
Hey, that's a nice size shop. I seen the shop tour video just a few
Yeah,
days ago,
that was
Yeah,
incredible.
and that's an incredible shop.
You could have made it
I
a little
think
bit bigger, maybe 80, but I mean that's okay.
it's
I,
never big enough. We keep it full, and constantly I'm still having to move something because
yeah,
I got something in the way.
yeah.
As long as cars are coming in, customers are paying and going out, it's all good. You can always make
No,
room outside, right?
That's
mostly
right.
trucks for him, right? You're mostly a diesel, then
I'm mostly diesel, but I work on a lot of cars and gas burners too.
you
Pretty
do.
sure I saw a Honda or a Toyota or something kicking around in the garage on the video.
Yeah, I think right now we got one Honda in here. It belongs to one of my employees, but I think we got a Toyota Rav4 in here maybe, and I think we got a Volkswagen Touareg. We had an Audi, some kind of
Oh,
Audi SUV last week, and
Oh yeah,
we work on pretty much anything. We don't work on much of the older stuff. We try to stay away from that, but anything
yeah.
modern, we're on it.
I'm the same way. I don't want nothing to do with the old stuff. You
No,
perform. There's a couple of performance guys in my area. Anybody wants something like that, then I just send it to them. I have no interest in touching that at all.
yeah,
I can't.
we catch some flack for it. We've got a couple of two of our bad reviews are from people that we just simply told them we don't go back that far, and they got offended. But that's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Can't worry
well,
about their
I
bad
heard
review.
about
It ain't
that.
gonna hurt me.
you can't do everything. That's what I've learned in life. You can't do everything, and it's okay to say no. And the more you say no, the easier it is to say no, and then you do
That's
the work
right.
that you can do and you want to do.
I've made
Exactly.
a lot of money by saying no. I've made a
Yep,
lot more money by saying no than I have by saying yes.
yep,
It's funny
yep. That's
because
right.
I hear you, man. Because I used to say yes to everything, and there's some coaches out there. I'm sure you know,
Oh yeah,
and we don't have to say any names or anything, but they basically when you call somebody calls whatever it is, just say yes, bring it in. Yes, say yes, bring it in. But I don't. I need the work, but I don't need the work to the point where I'm going to be stressed about it and talking about it. In the evening after work. I don't need that. I don't need those trouble customers, man. If I feel like there's a little bit of trouble within the first 5 seconds of talking to the guy, I'm done.
I'm telling you that spidey sense means a lot.
Yep.
When those spidey senses start tingling when you're talking to that customer the first time, go on and listen to them. 'Cause I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you,
Yep.
I've been doing this more than 30 years. I cannot remember a single instance where after I turned the job away that I thought about it and said, "Man, I wish I'd have took that job." But there's a million instances where I took a job and then
And
regretted it.
instant regret.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's
100%.
the way I look at it.
The
Always.
beauty is if you don't take a job, there's going to be another job. So it's okay,
Well,
you're going to make that
that's
money.
kind of one of the black ops I use on my competition around here. So
Yeah.
the stuff that I don't want to work on or I see that's a problem, I send it straight to the competition because if they're busy working on that, they might be too busy to work on something I do.
There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly. Keep the bread for yourself and
Yeah,
you
that's
can
right.
earn the crumbs. No, I hear you.
We don't, in my shop, we don't do a whole lot of trucks. I think in a year, we may get three, and that's going to be for, brakes, suspension, and tires. We'll get the odd F-150 here and there, but my stuff's mostly regular passenger cars like the Corollas and the Hondas and Dodge Caravans, just the regular stuff. But I know Frank dabbles in quite a few trucks. I know you did an engine job on a Tundra there.
Yeah, but I think we had three trucks in the shop just today alone. I had a Ram 3500 in for a safety check. What the heck was else was there? There was a F-250 for a fuse box. I forget there was another one in, but that was just today. So yeah, and because we're a little bit out of town, right? So we get a lot of the trucks, a lot of the contractors, a lot of the not too many farm guys, I guess, surprisingly, but we get a lot of contractors bring their trucks over, and it was a huge difference to me when I worked in town. It was like maybe 10% trucks and everything else was SUVs and passenger cars. But once we're out of town and out in the country, it almost flipped. We're like 50%, 60% trucks, and the rest is cars and SUVs. It was unreal.
Yeah, and in this area, I mean, every household has a pickup truck, and a
Yep.
lot of them have several pickup trucks and no cars. So
Well,
I
you
find
got
the trucks are usually easier to work on even than cars. Some of the cars are just way too stupid compact. So trucks seem a
yeah,
little bit easier
it's
that
kind
way.
of a give and take. Some things are easier, some things are harder.
Yeah, but if you're getting into diesel stuff, I do very little diesel work. Like I don't tear any engines down at all on the diesel, but once you look under the hood of these diesels and how compact they are and all these engine oil coolers and everything that's in there, it's like, oh no thanks. I want to stay away from that. That looks difficult to me. So I'm just no. I turn that away. I send it down the road and I'll just work on the stuff that I can do and that I want to do.
Yeah,
but you do all your own diag and everything, right, Zeb?
yeah. How we're kind of set up. I'm like the main diag guy. I don't hardly turn bolts anymore. Like I don't hardly remove and replace components and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
You like
so
to get in the nitty gritty.
how our shop's kind of set up, it's a huge shop, but we only have 6 people total working in here.
That's wild.
And how we do it, my wife, she runs the whole front, the
Yep.
parts, the service advisor position, bookkeeper, all that. She does that. So she's usually the first one to talk to the customers. Over the years, it's really helped. She's got to where she takes over the phone calls. So
Yep.
I don't hardly get any phone calls anymore directly to me. So
Okay.
she handles that. Then it gets passed off to my DVI guy. I have a guy that just does DVIs. He's not a
Yep.
mechanic. He doesn't do any technician work at all. He does the DVI. Then I'm going to do the diagnostics. So then I take and look at the DVI. And before I even go to the vehicle, I study that DVI pretty close. And then I got an idea of which direction I'm going to go.
Yep.
So I've usually got 5 or 6 or maybe more. Sometimes there's 10 of them in line for me to diagnose. So then I can usually roll through them pretty fast because I've already got an idea of what's happening with them and what to look for from the DVI. Then I go in there and do my DVI or do my diagnostic, write it all up, and then it goes back to Susie. She does the estimate. If she has to talk to the customer, she usually makes the call to the customer and sells the work. Then after she sells the work, then it goes to the 2 technicians. I only got 2 technicians, and they do all the nuts and bolts, whether it needs an engine, a cylinder head, brakes, whatever it needs. They do that. When they get through, then I get it back and I do all the verification. I drive it, make sure everything's fixed, do the post scan to make sure no codes come back, any of that kind of stuff.
Now you guys drive the vehicle for a while. You don't just give it back, from what I remember.
Yeah,
You
that's correct.
guys,
Even if we just do an oil change,
yes, yeah, I
it's a
remember that.
10-mile test drive, minimum 10 miles.
And if it's something more,
Really?
again, I'm just going by memory. If it's something more, then you actually do drive it maybe 50, 60K, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, easy. Yeah, I'll something like an engine.
Yeah.
I'll usually put 50 miles on it, maybe 100, sometimes more, depending on how I feel about it. I've got a pretty good sense of one when I drive it. I'm thinking, this one I need to drive this one a little bit more. I'm just not comfortable with it. Or I may drive one and say, this one feels good. I'm gonna let it go. But even at that, it'll sit on concrete overnight to make sure it doesn't have any leaks
Leaks and
or
everything.
that
Yeah.
kind of thing. We go back over it. My guy usually goes back over them too after I've went back over them. So
You got a QC and everyone, you got a QC that's going to go through it, obviously, after it's all done.
Yeah,
yeah,
the,
yeah,
the
we're real
worst thing you
heavy
can
on
the
QC
worst
that
thing you can
way.
do is send something back that isn't perfect, and then you got a comeback anyway. So instead of having a comeback, just go through it again. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, we're really tough on that. We'll keep it an extra day if we need to. Sometimes 2 days, sometimes a week or a month. If I think it, if I'm not comfortable letting that vehicle go, it does not leave here. If I'm not 100% confident in it.
A
Yeah,
lot of people don't do
take
that,
and
man.
drive it for
Like,
a weekend or something.
a lot of people
Oh
hate
yeah, you see it in
driving
the
it.
groups all the time. They're like, "Oh, we gave this vehicle back, and the wheel ran off of it, or it ran out of oil, or something." I'm like,
Hmm.
if you would just drive the thing when you got through with it, you could avoid a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they
and
went
it
around.
doesn't take that long to drive it.
No, and it's not like you're covering up or hiding from the customer. You're just making absolutely sure it's right before they get it back.
They went
Yeah,
around
that's
the corner to Dunkin' Donuts, got a coffee, got a donut, brought it back. It's fixed. I mean,
that's
I'm
not
not doing
enough.
that. Waiters too. I mean, these waiters. There's not. We don't even allow waiters for an oil change. If we do an oil change, you drop it off that morning, and at the very earliest, you're gonna pick it up that evening at closing time.
yeah.
Really?
Yep. We don't do a whole lot of just oil changes, but we do have some very loyal customers that only want us doing their oil change, and that's
Okay.
why they bring it to us because they know when they get it back,
It's
they're not
gone
gonna make
over.
it for it.
It's
Yeah,
you're gonna look it over to everything, not just
yeah.
drop the oil and fill it. Yep.
Well, you must be doing something or the other, right?
Yeah, now I'm gonna tell you, it's gotten tougher. 2025 was my toughest year yet on getting enough vehicles in here. I'm not gonna say we ran out or anything like that, but normally it's so many that we can't even get through them all. But we had a few times this year where we were looking for something to work on.
I mean, you guys do punch through quite a few vehicles from what I can see, and that's not easy either. Even keeping that all organized.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of tough, and it's getting tougher. I'm getting older, and my memory's fading. I used to, man, I'm telling you, I used to could remember. I could see a truck going down the road, and I could say, yeah, 10 years ago, we put a left-hand cylinder head on it because it had a burnt valve on number 3, and I could name everything we did to it. Yeah, it had a little gasket leak, the oil pan gasket was leaking a little bit. I could name everything we did to it and why we did it. Now I walk out in the shop, and one that I just worked on yesterday or started a diag on, I won't remember any of it, and I have to start over. So I've got where I have to keep really good notes because I'll lose track of where I am.
Well, a
I,
lot
I'm
of it is this digital age too, right? Because you're not physically writing a lot of stuff down. If you're all doing it digital DVIs and stuff like that, I find that makes a huge difference in how much you retain it
Oh yeah,
to the
yeah, it
next day.
does.
100%.
we just I just I don't know, I probably convinced Frank, hopefully for the most part, he switched over, so he's got Tech Metric now, so he's jumped on the bandwagon to
Yeah, yeah,
change his
we're
business for the
we're
better.
doing it. It's still taking some time to get used to, but I think our biggest issue is we're too stupid busy to get really learn it. Um,
Yeah, that's my problem. We switched to it. Now we didn't switch to it until 2021. We were on Mitchell for years.
yeah,
Which software are you using, Zeb?
I got TechMetric, the best.
The best, obviously.
Yeah, and I'm not just saying it because I got it. I mean, it's
It
miles ahead
really
of
is good,
everything else.
though.
yeah,
Yeah, we just switched back to their DVI. We we got auto vitals at the beginning of
Yep.
2025, and because I didn't really like Techmetrics DVI, and at that time I was doing some of the DVIs. We were kind of between DVI guys, and so I got auto vitals DVI, and it worked good, but there were some issues with it, and then so I had heard Techmetric had made some changes to theirs, and we tried it again, and that's what we went with. Now we're back with Techmetric on their DVIs.
It's been great. Like we've been using. I actually just switched over from old school QuickBooks in June, and man, it's changed everything. We love it. It's basically transformed my whole business.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine going back. I don't know what it would even be like. Because the last time I was running the office, we did everything on. I did everything on paper. I would sit down at the computer, look up the parts, write the parts down on
Oh
a
yeah.
sheet of paper, and write up, do it with a calculator, make my markups, all that kind of stuff.
And
And
hopefully you
then
don't forget a
Susie
gasket
started
here
taking
and there.
over, and that's when we got Mitchell, and now she runs it with Techmetric. I don't even know how to do that stuff.
But imagine how much money you left on the table not using a shop software.
Oh yeah, I wish I could go back. I wish I could go back. I'd probably be recording this podcast on my yacht right now if I could go back and start
Tens
over
of
doing
thousands
what
of
I know
dollars,
now.
man. Hey, but you know what? At least now you're doing so well, you can buy another 16-foot trailer and lend it to that coach. Remember?
Yeah, that's right.
I I heard that pod. I'll fill you in a second, Frank. I heard that podcast. I'm driving on my way to work. I just picked up a coffee, and then I hear this podcast get going. I hear Mike talking in the background, and then I heard Zeb say this famous line: "I ain't effing gonna trust anyone that ain't got no goddamn 16-foot trailer to coach me."
Well,
I got a 16-foot trailer.
I
I'm
can
good.
tell the story again if you want me to.
Please, but that coffee, I spit it all over my windshield. I was telling Mike when I got to the shop, my tech, I brought my car to the back. I told my tech, I was like, buddy, you got to help me out with this windshield. I got coffee everywhere. He's like, do you not know how to up and drive? Like, but yeah, tell Frank
Well,
this is
and the
something
thing
else.
about this is 100% true. It's not embellished. It's not. I mean, there's not anything untrue about it, or even inflated or anything. But I signed up. I think it was probably around 2021. I decided my whole career I've been always told, man, you need a coach. You need a coach. You need a coach, and I probably did. I know I did. In the first 10 years, I really needed one. But when you need one, you usually can't afford it, right? So by 21, I was doing pretty good. So I decided, man, I'm gonna see what this coaching's all about. I hadn't been around the groups and all as much, and I don't think they were as popular back then anyway.
No.
So I didn't know much about coaching companies. I was just kind of feeling it out. Well, I had one of my friends. I was talking to him about it. He said, "Oh man, you got to go with this coaching company. They're the best. They're all this." I didn't ask kind of what it's all about.
Let's not name that company. Just
I won't name the company, but it rhymes with hot clicks. So we I signed up with him, and so I start talking to him. And the first coaching call I get this guy, and he starts telling me all this, and he tells me about his shop, and it sounds okay. So I talk to him, and we go through the whole deal, and he's just like really criticizing everything I got going.
Oh, yeah. That's a good way to start a coaching.
First thing he did that really got me, he sort of made fun of the name of my business. And he's like, we got to do something about that name. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute now.
seriously?
Yeah, so I didn't say anything. I'm the type guy, you see me online, yeah, I'm pretty abrasive, and I'll come at somebody. But I give you the chance. I let you go, and then I stop. I just listen, and then I do my research, and then I come back. So I don't remember what all we went through on that call, but mainly what I could tell, they were wanting to turn me into a tire and lube shop. Okay.
Nothing
Now,
wrong
my
with tires.
shop,
Nothing wrong with tires.
I agree. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm already doing pretty good, right?
Yeah.
And the town that I was in, this is what you got to think about. The town that I was in, I think there's 5,000 people in that town.
I mean, you
There's
got to
already
study
four tire and lube
study the
shops.
market. You know, if you got
That
There's
nowhere
sounds
already
about the
four.
size of my town. Yeah.
Yeah, and
to,
there's already four tire and lube shops, and like I'm related to most of those, and I'm good friends with them. I don't want to all of a sudden just change my business to go in competition against them when I'm already doing good and happy doing what I'm doing. I'm mainly
yeah.
just hiring a coaching company, and that's what I told them off the get go. I said, look, I don't want to make major changes. I just want to fine tune some things,
But you had the
and that's
wrong
what I'm.
name, Zeb. You had the wrong name on the sign.
Yeah. So I talked to the guy and I let him finish his deal, but I didn't get too upset or abrasive with him. So we hang up on this coaching call. So I go and stalk his personal page. Well, I find his business page first, and I look at it, and so he made fun of my name and my branding and all. Well, I'm not going to say what the name of it was, but the name of his shop, the name that he chose, and his logo and everything looked like he might sell fire extinguishers or seat belts or airbags to people. It didn't even. So I'm like, well, he's losing credibility fast with me. Okay, so I'm like, he has no right to say anything about my brand because I'm very proud of my brand. If you notice, I always have my logo. I put my logo on everything. I'm very proud of my logo and my brand.
Nothing wrong with that. I do the
Yeah, and
same
I've
thing.
been building this brand. I've been working on this brand since I was 10 years old, and I'm 47 now. So that tells you how long I've been studying.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing, and this comes to the end of this long story. I need to speed it on up, but I get on his personal page, and I'm scrolling through it, and I get down to a post. It says, "Hey, Facebook friends, I'm reaching out. I need to move some equipment for the shop. Has anybody got a 16-foot trailer I can borrow?" And I look at this and I go, "No, we're not. We're not doing this. I don't take any sort of financial or business advice from anyone who has to borrow a 16-foot trailer because here in my neck of the woods in South Arkansas, when you become a man,
Oh
or
my
you don't even have to become a man. When you start to think about becoming a man, your first big boy purchase is a 16-foot trailer. You know, you get that like right after you get your own vehicle, you get a 16-foot trailer. That's just automatically what you get. You know, you get that before you graduate high school. And this fool's
Everyone's
gonna
got
try
a
to get me.
16-foot trailer in the backyard.
Yeah, so he's gonna try to give me financial and business advice, and he don't even have a 16-foot trailer. And in my business, we got low boys and big trucks and that kind of stuff. We graduated from 16-foot trailers a long time ago.
Note to self: never give Zeb advice on shit.
I've got a 16-foot trailer, so I'm good to go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I mean, it's just kind of a measuring tool to see
Yeah.
if it's somebody you should listen to or not. If you've got a 50-ton low boy, you don't listen to somebody that don't even have a 16-foot trailer, right?
I mean, the
Like
biggest
if you've got a 20-foot trailer, you might take advice from somebody that's got a 28-foot trailer. You might listen to them, but
the big
you don't go backwards. You go forwards.
no, the big thing is like the guy's job is to give you advice on how to expand your business and run it. But if he
Yeah,
doesn't
but
understand your business and he's asking for to borrow a 16-foot trailer. I mean,
it's like Zeb said, your business is far beyond what his. It sounds like what his comprehension
Yeah,
of the business should have been, right?
yeah.
He
You can
doesn't
go
understand where you're at in your life, so
at
you're
that
way ahead
time.
of the game.
I hadn't bought one in many years, but probably long about that time, a 16-foot trailer was a brand new one was $3,500, maybe something like that.
yeah,
And he had to go borrow one. He didn't have business giving financial advice to very many people in this world. Maybe somebody flipping hamburgers at a fast food joint. He might could do some coaching there, but he didn't have no business coaching me. You know, so that's that whole story there.
Well, that's a good one.
I'm telling you, man. I still got some coffee near the far end of my windshield. Oh man, no, but really, I'm all for coaches. I think it's a great thing, and I think
Absolutely.
almost everyone should have some sort of a coach. Now, whether it be something paid or if it's some like a peer, I really think everyone could benefit from a coach. I need a coach. I could benefit from a coach for sure because every
Yeah.
person I talk to, I'm learning something new every day.
And
For
I
sure.
feel the same way. I was last year, I was thinking like, so we've been in business, it'll be 6 years in March that we've had our own shop. And I was like, last year, I'm like, I got to do some networking. Like I lived under a rock in my shop, in the shop I worked at for 14 years. I didn't know anyone, not even the technicians in the other part of the town. Right. So I'm like, I got to get out. I got to meet other shop owners here. I met Nees. I met some other shop owners. I finally got a group of people that I can actually talk to and pull advice from them or just pull ideas and stuff like that from them. But yeah, a coach, I, I haven't yet, but I need to. And that's one of the things. Yeah. Should, like you said, when you need it, you can't really afford it, but eventually, you just got to bite the bullet and do it. But yeah, getting networking and getting people in your corner that are like minded, that have the same idea of what you're doing, it helps so much. You got something going on. It's like, hey man, this is what I got going on. Oh yeah, I've run into that, or here, this is what I would suggest, that kind of thing.
Well,
It's a
So
that's
huge
right. That's
benefit.
that's the great thing about the day and time we live in, because I talk to most of my friends that I talk to are, well, I'm gonna say all the friends that I talk to on a regular daily basis are they're not even within 7 or 8 hours of drive from me. You know,
yeah,
I talk
Wow.
to Brian every day. He's one of my closest friends. Tommy Markham, he's another one of my closest friends. I've got another one, Chris Gainey.
yeah,
He's in Kentucky. Talk to him every day. Jeff Compton, he's in Canada. Talk to
yeah.
those guys every day, and that's kind of my inner circle. I
Jeff's
got
about
one
an
that's
hour
pretty
and a
close.
half
His
away
name's
from me.
Chris Huggins. He's about 3 hours from here, so he's probably my closest friend in the automotive business.
You know what the
But
crazy
all
thing
this
is?
information that these coaches teach, it's out there for free. You can find it, and they'll tell the good coaches will tell you that. The
Yes,
now the bad ones won't, but the good coaches, the ones that I like and that I would hire, they'll tell you that, hey man, you can get most of this stuff for free. We just come in and we'll hold you accountable and make sure that you're doing it. That's all really a coach does. They just make sure that you do it.
they're going to
Hmm.
give you the blueprint, right? They're going to say, "Hey, you know what? This is what you really should be doing. This is what I recommend you do. If you do it, that's up to you. But we're going to let you know like this is the right way to do
Yeah.
it."
And I'm not anti-coach. I was for a while. After that experience, I ended up. I didn't finish my story, but I called the company. I said, "Look, this ain't for me, man. This ain't gonna work." So they gave me another coach, and I really stayed too long. I shouldn't have took that other coach because I ended up paying them for a month of service. They got like a 30-day deal.
Yeah, yeah,
You can hop out and you don't owe them. So I really hung on too long. I went with that other coach, and I talked with him. I think I talked with him twice, but I called him back and said, "Man, this ain't for me. I ain't gonna."
yeah. But I'm if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure this unknown company told you to not open a bigger shop.
Yeah, they said this the second one, the second coach they put me with. That's what he told me. He said we need. He said my goal for you is to get rid of your junkyard because I got
Did you
when we
say
work on
junkyard?
when you work on trucks like I do, farm trucks, logging
Wait, did he
trucks.
say? Did he say actually say junkyard?
Yeah, but here's why he said that because I've got a bunch of trucks that I'm parting out that I sell used parts off of. Because I mean, you need used parts, right?
Yeah,
Tell you,
these
man, if somebody call my shop junkyard, they're gonna be hearing something different
He
from
said
me.
he said we're gonna get rid of your junkyard and move you into a smaller facility in a better location. Now I agree, I did need to be in a better location, but I
Damn,
already had that on my
that got
mind.
me triggered right there, man.
Yeah, so anyway, I fired him. I bought more junk, and I built a building 5 times bigger than the one I was in, which was 12,000 square feet at that time.
I
So
mean, 62,000 feet, a little too small, Zeb. It's okay, man. You can always
well, I
expand.
had the 12. I had the 12,000 when he said that. So I was still in the 12,000 feet building when he said that.
yeah, it's kind of like having a 12-foot trailer.
Yeah, that's
You're
right.
good. You're in the right area.
So now I'm confused because if a 16-foot trailer is what you need to have to be a man in your area in Canada, I mean, Frank, what do we need to have, man? Like, I don't have no 16-foot trailer.
I don't know what that is in meters, but I got a 16-foot trailer, so I'm good.
I own a property. That's about it. I mean, it's
Well,
more than
that's great.
it's more than 16 feet. I mean, I
That's
don't know.
great. If you own property, that's a plus right there.
I think as long as we're all like minded, we can live off of each other. But if you're getting paid to coach somebody, you got to
Oh,
be in a position where you can actually coach somebody. Where you got to be in a
Yeah, yeah.
financial position.
You should be in a well enough position you can go get you a 16-foot trailer if you need one without having to beg on Facebook. That's
I'm
the key.
a little like Bucket.
That's the key.
I don't know.
I'm not above barring something, but if I got to beg on Facebook to people I don't know to borrow that, then that's kind of
No,
I'm
you
going.
should.
I'm going on Facebook Marketplace on Monday. I'm fucking buying a 16-foot trailer. I'm parking it outside. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I'm looking on
But
Monday, and I'm gonna
yeah,
buy one. I'm just gonna park a car on there, and I'm just gonna put a big sign on there. Strokers Diesel said, "To be a man, you need a 16-foot trailer."
here's the problem though. Is I'm gonna have to come down with my F-150 and tow it there for you because I don't think you can put it behind your Tesla.
Oh, excuse me. I got a 2011 Silverado 1500 that has a brand
Ah.
new tailgate. No, it's used. Well, it's new to the vehicle, but it that's gonna tow it.
oh,
I'm
you're
good.
good then.
I'm good. Four by
Yeah, you're
four, man.
good.
It's even got four tires on it.
That's right. You'll be a lot more respected in your community with that right there.
Yeah,
I think
just
I'm
just
gonna
hook it
do
up
that.
like that.
And you'll use it more than you think. You'll use it. You'll find it a use for it every couple of days. You'll use it for something.
Yeah, it might come in handy to tow some of these cars that are stranded over here that they don't want to come pick up. Tow them across the street, park them on the road.
Yeah, that's right.
No, you're just starting your own junkyard in your yard there.
Yeah,
Oh man, if you would have said junkyard to me,
Yeah, I need to.
that didn't cut as deep as the kind of making fun of my name and my logo. That kind of
No,
my
man.
branding. That's what
If
got me
if if
when he started
somebody did
on
that
my
to me,
branding. That's my pride and joy is my brand.
yeah,
if my memory serves me correctly, usually it doesn't. Um, I think you had like four names, and that was the last choice.
Yeah, I'll tell that story too. I've told it on some other podcasts, but I'll go ahead and
Yeah,
break
yeah,
this one out too because I hadn't been on here before. But
I made sure I did
so
my research before I had you on there, Zeb.
so my original name. See, I started out doing welding machine work in this shop
Yep.
when I opened. So the name was, we were in a hurry. Me and my dad kind of started that together. And we were in a hurry. He said, let's just call it Zeb's Welding. I said, no, I don't want that. I said, we got to have machine in there. I said, let's just call it Zeb's Welding and Machine. So we went on for a while. And I never did like that name. I was like, man, it just doesn't sound serious. It just doesn't fit. I wanted a brand my whole life. And I had some ideas in my head. So I said, man, the whole time we had that name, I said, I got to come up with something different. So I made it till probably 2014, which was 9 years. And by that time, I had got completely out of the welding machine business. And I said, I got to do something about this name now, right now. And because I
Yep.
want to start making T-shirts and stickers and that kind of stuff.
You got a pretty big brand with your t-shirts, man.
Yeah, so, man, I studied on it day and night. I couldn't come up with anything. I tried everything. So I had a bunch of names written down. And I didn't like any of them. So I happened to watch this documentary on TV, and it was about this rock band, and I don't remember. It may not even been TV. It may have been on the radio. But it was something with a rock band, and they asked him, how'd you get that name? How'd you come up with that name? And the guy that they were talking to said, well, it's a funny story about that name. We could not agree on the name. Said, we got in fist fights over this name, what we were going to come up with. We fought. We did everything. We could not agree on a name. But the only thing we could agree on was the name we hated the most. We could agree on that. So that's what we went with. And when he said that, I said, that's exactly what I'm doing. So
Yep.
in my list, the bottom name was Strokers Diesel. I said, I don't like, that's the one I don't, out of this list of potential names, that's the one I hate the most. So I went with it.
It's got a hell of a ring
Wow.
to it, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, And here I thought it was because piston stroke and all that kind of stuff, and then like
Well,
maybe
I
you
did
got
it
thought
because
through it that way.
at that particular point in time, man, power strokes were my bread and butter. 6.0s and six
Mhm.
fours. We were building 6.0s and especially 6.4s. At that time, the 6.4s were really, they were all out of warranty, just coming out of warranty. Everybody still owed 25, 30,000 on them,
Yep.
and they were blowing up left and right. And
They
at
spent
that
money
time,
on it.
man, nobody could beat me on a power stroke, 6.4 power stroke. I had a machine shop down in El Dorado. They could bore, everybody had trouble with them. They would bore them and try to put sleeves in them, and the sleeves wouldn't stay. They'd pull out the bot, they'd pull out. And this machine shop was jam up, and they could sleeve those things for me, and they would stay. Matter of fact, I got one in my shop that I did. It was one of the first ones I did back in probably 14, and it's here now for something else. But that thing's what 12 years old and still running. So ran a lot longer with my engine than it did the original International engine. So anyway, power strokes were my thing. So I said, I need something with power stroke in it, with stroke in it. And so that's kind of how that name came about. And
But
then,
it's international now, man.
yeah, so at also in my branding, when I was a kid in grade school, I sat behind it in one class. I sat behind this kid. He always had Iron Maiden T-shirts, right? And if you know anything about Iron Maiden T-shirt album covers, that kind of thing, they always had these fantastic scenes, with skulls and ghosts and that kind of thing. So I'd always sit behind him in class looking at those shirts and studying on them and how much I liked them. But my parents, I didn't even ask them. I knew they wouldn't buy me one. They'd say it was devil worshiping or something like that. So I always studied on these shirts, and I wanted one so bad, and I never got one. But
I'm just
I thought
googling it now
someday
that
I'm
you're
going to
talking
build
about.
a brand that can incorporate things like that. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know what I'm going to do, but that's going to be a key to my brand. So when I started this, I started coming up with these designs in my head, these scenes in my head, and this is way before AI. This is way back.
Yeah,
So I had these scenes written out, like the text description of these scenes, and I ran across this company that does all my stuff. Their name's Graphic Disorder. I think they're in Johnsonville, Tennessee. Anyway, they're the absolute finest graphic company you can find. So I got a hold of them, and they designed this S logo and all this. And if you notice, my font is sort of like Iron Maiden's font. If you look at
yeah,
it,
yeah.
it's a
I,
little different.
I ain't lying. I just googled Iron Maiden just to be sure I know what we're talking about. But yeah, I see it there right now.
Yeah. So I got a hold of them. They did this and did a few things for me. I said, look, I got a strange request. And they said, yeah, what is it? We can do anything. I said, okay, I don't know if you can do this, but we're going to try. I said, if I give you a text description of a scene, can you put it to paper? Because I can't draw. I tried it so many times and I just couldn't do it. And I had a couple of my friends that were good artists. They couldn't do it. My mom is an exceptional artist, but she's not into that kind of thing. So I didn't even ask her. So I sent them the text description of it, and they have a girl artist. I can't remember her name, but she like nailed the first scene on the first try. Like we didn't have to check. I said, no, that's exactly what I had in my brain. Let's print shirts, print them right now. Let's get them. And
Yeah, it
that's
looks
the stroke of genius scene that I have. If you've seen me wear those shirts, and I got them on my Facebook page and all that. But that's my favorite scene. And then later I had them do a toe scene, and it's time to do some more. I was going to do one a year, and then I got busy building this shop, and that all kind of got put to the wayside. But I need to get back on it.
that's cool, man. You honestly, Zeb, I just met you today, but you should be extremely proud of what you've built and become, and really, man, like this is a huge feat that you've got right now, man. Like you went from 4,000 square feet to over 60,000. You're doing something right, and there's a reason people keep bringing the cars back, man. Or I should
Well,
say trucks. Sorry.
it's my life, and I will not compromise. I will not settle. It has to be perfect, and it has to be what I envisioned all these years ago. So I can't, like when I go on vacation. I go on vacations a lot. Well, I hadn't in the last 5 years. I've been building this, but there when I was really doing good, and we were in the old shop, and I didn't have many bills. Man, we went on vacation a lot, and I could be in the middle of the ocean fishing, doing the most fun things in the world, but inside my brain, I was still working, still building that brand, and I don't get enough of it. It's my favorite thing to do, and that's what it takes.
But again, you had the wrong name.
Yeah, I did it wrong.
Yeah,
But what I tell everybody, I said, that hiring that coaching company was probably one of the best things I ever did.
It
So I
puts
took
just
things in
because
every
it set
perspective.
you
You know what I mean?
I took
set you
every
in the contention of that's not what I want. I
yeah
know what I
I
want.
studied everything they told me and went and did the opposite.
Exactly. They said do something small, and you went ahead and built the biggest freaking building you can put on the property. Just enough room so you could have room for parking another 40 trucks outside.
That's right. But I found that a lot in my life. I found that if I don't like something, some advice or whatever it is, or if it doesn't work, if you try something and it doesn't work, go do the opposite. Go do the exact opposite. Or if somebody tells you to do something and you don't like it, go do the exact opposite.
Use Spidey sense, man.
And you either win big or you'll lose big. And so far that theory I hadn't lost big. So I've lost a few
Yeah,
times, a few small losses, but I've never had a big loss. So
yeah, I can't
we'll
complain about
keep
that
we'll
then.
keep doing it that way.
I can't believe you only have 6 people working, man.
Well, how we do it, and that's what I'm getting back to on my process, is my two technicians. I only got two, but the way we're set up, those technicians they maximize their efficiency. You won't ever hear me crying about my tech's only turning 30 hours a week and I don't know what to do. My techs, they don't really have to work hard at all to do 100% efficiency
Yeah.
because I take away everything that slows them down. I take it away. They don't bring vehicles in. They don't do DAG. Now they do a little bit sometimes. If I'm getting behind, I'll break one of them out and let them start doing some DAG. They don't they don't bring the vehicles in. Most of the time, I have them racked up. I have the two post lifts. I have them. That's a time waster. Getting
Yeah,
the rack set up,
definitely.
getting it picked up. They don't have to worry about that. It's already sitting there ready to go. They don't have to go hunt their parts. Their parts are usually sitting there by the vehicle
Yep.
before they get to it. And then with the space, that's another reason we have so much space is pretty much each technician has 10 bays of his own. So he's always got it doesn't matter what kind of problem he runs into, he just moves to the next job. And then if he runs into a problem on that, he moves to the next job. And then when this problem's sorted, then he can go back. And they never idle. The only time they idle is if they're taking a break or on lunch or something like that. They're almost never waiting on anything.
How
Oh
many
man, you
cars
can't
That's
go
how
wrong with that.
that's how
That
they
sounds like
turn
a
so many
fantastic process.
hours. They turn
Yeah,
it's not uncommon for my techs to turn over 100 hours in a week time. So, and that's how they
how,
do it because they don't have to
how
wait on
many
anything.
how
Now
many
they
cars
are
do you
exceptional.
put
I
in,
don't want to take away from these two guys because these two guys I have are animals. They are absolutely the best I've ever been around.
but you treat these guys well. I mean, I was seeing like every Tuesday you guys make them dinner, and the whole family gets together and has
Yeah,
dinner
and I
for them.
came about that. It's kind of a funny story how I came about that. I had a guy working for me. I hired him. Do you know Keith Perkins? I'm sure with
Yep.
L1.
Yeah, he
I've
does
heard
a
the
lot of
name.
ADAS, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of the sharpest brains in our whole
Him
business. I
and
mean,
his,
there's
I think
nobody
him
that can
and his
beat him.
wife are way up in his wife as well, right?
Yeah, yeah. Him and his wife, they're in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Well, what happened? I put out the word. I said I need a diagnostician, and because I was getting behind, I couldn't keep up, and I was building this building. I was needing one bad, and so I put out the word. I even advertised it in the groups, and you're not supposed to do that, but I did it anyway. I said, "Look, I'm looking for a diagnostician. Money is no object. You just tell me what you got to have. If you're good enough, I'll do it.
I
No
think they made
questions
an
asked."
exception for you, man.
Yeah, and I said, I'll pay. You'll have a housing allowance. Y'all buy all the tooling. You just name your price, and we'll do it. So one of Keith's guys got a hold of me, and I'm like, "Hey, man, I don't want to." I don't want to step on Keith's toes. He's like, no, don't worry about it. But I want to try it. I said, okay. So we made a deal. He came to work for me. He's very good. His name's Zach Crowder. I'm still friends with him today. he came to work for me, and he lived here at the shop because I have housing here. We have 9 bedrooms here, so
Yeah, I saw
that's
that.
why I built it that way, so I could hire somebody from out of town to come work for me and try it out, and they could live here while they decided if they were going to stay or if I decided I was going to keep. So he was living here, and you could tell he wasn't performing well, but I knew it wasn't because of him, and I could tell he wasn't happy. So I called him in the office one day. I said, "Hey man, I don't, I hate this, but this ain't working." And I said, "What's going on? What can we do?" And he said, "Man, he said, I'm homesick." He said, "I hear you down there with your family and your friends at nights and stuff, eating and stuff." He said, I'm just lonely." I said, "Man, I tell you what I do." I said, "I can fix this." I said, every Tuesday night, which at that time I said Wednesday. I said, "Every Wednesday night, we're going to have a party right here in the shop. All the employees will be invited. I'll cook for y'all the finest meal that you can have because we got a huge kitchen. You've seen it. And I love to cook for people. I love to serve people." I said, "I'll cook a big fancy meal every Wednesday night. We and we'll have a good time and we'll bond like that." I said, "Will that help you?" He said, "Yes, it will." And right then it turned around. Everything started gelling. Everything started working, and we started making a profit. And I think 3 months later, we set a record for this shop that's never been broken since. We did 420,000 in 1 month with 6 people at that time,
Wow.
and
That's
uh, and
wild.
it was working great. Now he had some other issues. He had to go back to Oklahoma, and we had some more problems. Since then, we haven't been able to top that. We will eventually one day, but that's how that got started. So after he left, the rest of my team came to me and they said, "Well, since Zach left, we're not going to stop the." I said, "No, if y'all want to." They said, "No, we love it. We want to do it." So anytime something comes up and we have to cancel it for the week, it's just, oh, they just put their head down. They look forward to that every week when we have that. We moved it to Tuesday night because we had some guys that worked here and they go to church on Wednesday night. So
Yeah,
we ended up moving it to Tuesday nights,
that's
but
fair.
we
Yeah.
still got the tradition going.
But you got it's a culture,
That's
right?
awesome.
You've created this culture that all your employees, they know Tuesday night, that's dinner night with the family. That's amazing.
That's
Well,
right.
to
They,
be
they
able to
A
build a
love
lot
it.
family
And,
like that is a us.
a lot of
And I
times this
totally
isn't
missed it.
pizza, right?
I thought these guys don't want to hang out with their boss. They hang out with me all day. They don't want to see me after work, but it turns out they actually do.
It's completely different when you're after hours. If you're not one of those overbearing guys that just pushes them around all the time, if you're actually part of the team, it's a completely different story after hours than it is during work.
If that
Yeah,
culture transpawns till after work, and you guys are still that tight knit, I mean that just shows your commitment to building such a strong team. Okay, that's you, Zeb, as a leader, saying, you know what, you're my guy, you're my team, and we're gonna eat together. We're gonna break bed together. We're gonna break. Oh my God, that's not wine talking. We're gonna break bread together, and we're gonna be together. You're my
Bake bread.
people. You know that's amazing, man. Because half the people that are probably listening to this, the most that they're gonna do is pizza and burgers.
yeah,
You're
that's
having
right.
a
Exactly.
whole like
Yep.
Michelin star restaurant theme for these guys. I've seen the videos. Like it's amazing, man. You do a lot for your people. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
and it ain't just I do it for them. I'm telling you, I enjoy it too. I look forward to Tuesday night because I'm excited. Me and Susie talk about what we're gonna cook, what we're gonna fix, what we're gonna do here. Well, they'll probably like this, and we'll go ask them, "Hey, do you want this? Do you want that?" And then we throw in some special things too. If we hit like a certain milestone, we'll because steaks are my specialty, and I really go all out on steaks. I get 2.5-inch thick steaks and all that. So if we hit a certain, I don't do it for them a lot because I don't want to. Um, I don't want to diminish it. I don't want to do it too much. But when we really hit a big month or something, I'll cook them a steak, and we'll do it that way.
So Frank, if we ever visit Zeb, we make sure it's on a Tuesday.
Oh, it will be. And that 2.5-inch steak better be
And that's
medium
another thing.
medium rare.
If you want to come visit, I go all out for that too. We just had, Ryan Straitman.
Ryan,
Straightman Automotive. He's huge on Facebook. I think he got
I'm
200,000
pretty sure.
followers.
Yeah, yeah.
Out for him. He came through here and stopped and visited with me. I cooked him a steak. I did that on Monday night. Yeah, him and his wife came by and stayed. Chris Gainey, he's come by and I cooked him some. I cooked him a steak, and so I love for other shop owners to come by and visit. And when they do, I go all out. We throw a party and we
Yeah,
cook them
I'm
something
up
nice.
for a road trip.
We make them stay the night because we got like I said, we got 9 bedrooms. So and I built it for that. I want people to come stay with me, see my operation, see how it works. I enjoy that. Because it wasn't that
That's
long ago
amazing.
I had one that was nothing to be proud of. I didn't want anybody to see it. So now that I got one to be proud of, I like for people to come see it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And if you can't share it with the world, what's the point in having it, right?
That's right. You know,
It,
a lot of people take it wrong. They say, "Oh, that guy, he likes to brag. He likes, he like." That ain't why I do it. I mean, yeah, I like to brag, but it's not. It's not like that. I
Mhm.
like. I like to do it to. I don't know, to inspire people.
And
To
you're proud of what you have accomplished,
yeah,
and
I want to be
you
proud
want to
of
share
it.
that with other people,
Yeah,
and show them how they can accomplish it as well.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah,
I mean, I'd be the
that's
same way
something to
if I
brag
went to
about.
their shop. It wouldn't matter what kind of shop they had. I would brag on and say, "Man, this is nice. I like the way you did this. I like the way you did that." I learned from other people too. The whole 16-foot trailer deal. That don't mean that I don't respect anybody that doesn't have the stuff that I have. That's not what
Yeah.
that means. Because I do. I enjoy talk. That's my favorite thing to do is talk to other shop owners and talk about business and how we do things and all that. And I learn from everybody.
Well, the beauty is, if I ever need to borrow a 16-foot trailer, I know this guy over here. I mean, I could just,
Well, I got one that sits here. It doesn't do it. I don't hardly ever use it because it's too small. You can borrow it whenever you want to. It'd be a long way to come from Canada, but you can borrow it.
Zeb, what are you going to any other conferences the rest of this year, man?
Oh yeah, the conferences are. That's another one of my favorite things. I'm telling you, I went to Vision. I don't remember
Yep.
what year my first year at Vision.
Are you going this year?
It wasn't that long ago. It was my first year at Vision, and one of my friend Chris Huggins, he kept telling, "Oh man, you got to go to Vision." I'm like, "Man, I don't think so, man. I don't." And he kept on at me. I said, "Okay, I'm coming to Vision." And I went. I fell in love. I said, "Man, this is great. I'll be back every year." So then I went to Vision. Then I started going to ASTA, and that's by far that's that's the cream of the crop right there. And
Frank legally has to go to ASTA legally.
Oh,
oh yeah,
yeah,
you gotta go. You gotta go.
we're starting our first ever. We've never done a conference before, but we're going to Tools in April.
Yeah, I'm going to
And
Tools. I'll be there.
excellent, yeah, excellent. I think Anise just said he talked his wife into it. I didn't even have
Yeah.
to talk my wife into it. I just told her it was at the Hershey factory, and she's like, "Let's go."
Oh yeah, I'm excited
So,
about that. That's going to be a blast.
I
that's
got
going to be fun.
tools. I got Vision. I'm already booked for Tectonic as well. So I would never miss a Techmetric event. No way. So
Yeah, I
I
would
got
like to do that tectonic, but just didn't
you
fall
gotta
in a
go.
place. It
You
didn't
gotta
fall
go
in
to
a place where I could go. Now I got two more that I was supposed to go to. One of them I had to cancel. And I was actually teaching a class. There's a small one. It's real small and it's diesel related. If you've ever heard of Thoroughbred Diesel, they're a big online seller. They sell all kinds of diesel parts and stuff like that. Well, one of their guys that works for them, his name is Chris Shearer. You'll see him in the groups a lot. Man, that dude, he has a heart is bigger than this shop right here.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and he really wants to boost the diesel repair side is 30 years behind the automotive side. Like we argue
Wow.
with these guys every day about they're still like barely over $100 an hour. They charge less than book time. They charge map price on all their parts. I mean, it's horrible. So Chris is taking it on himself to try to bring the diesel repair industry up. So he started this event. It's called Survivor Thrive. And they started it in Kentucky because that's where Thoroughbred is based out of. And so I went the first year and I didn't speak there. And then I went the second year. I had to skip the third year, which was last year because they put it too close to Vision. I said, I can't
Yeah.
go. So he got a hold of me about a month ago. He said, "Hey, we're going to do one in Texas because they opened up a new warehouse in Texas. There's a lot of diesel shops there." He said, I want you to come to Texas and do a diagnostic class. I said, oh, yeah, I'm there. No problem. And we started deciding what I was going to do. Well, last week, he put out the press release about the event in Texas and who all was speaking there. Of course, I was on the list. And when my wife saw it, she texted me. She goes, "You can't go." I said, "Why?" She said, you don't remember that concert that it's a Dwight Yoakam and ZZ Top concert. I forget what they call it. Tres Amigos, something like that. And we went all out. We got the VIP backstage. I mean, we got everything. And she said, "We bought that months ago. We're not missing. We can't miss that." I said, "Well, I got to cancel." So I'm not going to the one in Texas, but I am going to the one in Kentucky, and it'll be in October, I think. But it won't be here in ASTA. I think it's like the week after ASTA, something like that. So that's another one that I'm going to.
You're going to enjoy that concert. We saw ZZ Top, I don't know, sometime in the summer. Yeah, they were in Windsor, and we went to see them. That was a blast. That was a great concert.
They haven't lost a thing. We saw them.
And they're like 150 years old or something.
Yeah,
but they still rock.
So we went in 2020, I think it was. They were in Shreveport, Louisiana. Some of my friend, my Snap-on guy, I'm good friends with him. He said, "Hey, we got to go to this concert. It's ZZ Top." I said, "Well, okay, yeah, I'll go." I said, "This ZZ Top, man, they're 100 years old, but at least I'll get to say that I've seen them. You know, they'll probably have to roll them out there on in wheelchairs and all. But, man, I'm going to tell you, they put on a hell of a show. It was They hadn't lost a thing. You know, the one guy died, but the guy that fills in for him, he's fantastic too. I mean, we had a great time. So that's why I'm not canceling. I'm really excited about it. And then we saw Dwight Yoakam a couple of years ago, and he's the same way. He hadn't lost a thing either.
I heard the next ZZ Top's going to be at Strokers Diesel on a 16-foot trailer. I heard a rumor.
I'd love to have him here. And I was going to do that, man. I said, when I build this new building, when I get it done, I'm going to have a big concert and all. I hadn't done it, but I do need to do that.
If you have that concert, Zeb, I'll be the first one there, man.
All right.
Yeah. Invite us over. We'll be there.
Yeah, I had them. I sponsored a band for a while. For about a year, I sponsored a band. We used to go to Key West all the time. We went in there. The biggest party bar down there is called Sloppy Joe's. We went in there one time, and this band was playing. And man, I said, I got to meet these guys. They're good. So we met them, got to become friends with them. Hell, I started sponsoring them, and they wore my shirts and all. I didn't really get anything out of it, but it was cool to do, So I was going to have them come up and play here whenever I opened this place, and I hadn't done it.
Well, I know you started sponsoring the fisherman, right? That was pretty cool. I was actually watching some of his videos. He is a pretty talented guy, man.
Oh man, he is awesome. If he had all his arms and legs, nobody could stop him. But even with the problems he has, he's still a fantastic fisherman. And that's not why I sponsored him. Is because of his handicaps. That has nothing to do with it. I sponsored him because that guy fishes. I think in 2024, I think he went to something like 260 something tournaments. So he goes to tournaments all day, every day.
He ain't messing around.
What better exposure could you have? Because with bass fishermen, they'll put your logo on their truck and on their boat. And then these tournaments that they fish, like the pro tournament the biggest tournament series he fishes is 3 days long, and they have cameras in the boats. So if your logo is on, and they put logos on the carpet of the boat, right? Yep. So the camera is on your logo for 8 hours a day for 3 days. If they're in the top, the top several, they put cameras in the top guys' boats. So if you get your logo on the front deck of that boat, there ain't no better coverage in the world.
No, I saw the video of you sponsoring. That was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see where it goes. And there's all kind of stuff we can do, man. Because, if he runs his trailer, if he runs a wheel off his trailer, I want to be the first call. Because, man, what kind of photo or opportunity would that be with social media? I could pull up there with my land all, load his boat and his truck at the same time on it, and wheel him into the tournament on my big truck. What kind of exposure would that be? That'd be awesome. I don't want to wish bad on him that a wheel runs off his boat trailer, but if it did, imagine the kind of exposure you could get out of
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
You must have a trailer that can fit that boat, no?
What's that?
I said you must have a trailer that can fit that boat for sure.
Yeah. I got a trailer that I could pull his truck and his boat on the trailer onto my trailer and still have room left over.
There you go. Oh
I got
man.
plenty of videos of that thing. I got it. I think I bought that thing, the truck first. I got it in 2019. Bought it out of a guy's yard. It was my dream truck. I wanted a W900 Kenworth with a 3406E cat since I was a kid. Since they came out. This was a 96 model. So in 1996, that was my dream truck. Had the wraparound dash, fat boy kit, which means they take the sleeper off. Then on a Kenworth, the back, when you take the sleeper off, the back half of the cab is open, right? So then when they take the sleepers off of those trucks, they put it's a shell they put on the back. Well, they make one for a Kenworth called a Fat Boy, and it sticks out about this far behind the back of the cab, so you have more room. And so I found that truck on Facebook Marketplace, and my brother called. I was sitting in the airport to get my it's the fast pad. What is it? What do they call it? TSA.
Nexus.
It's
No,
whatever
it's
you have to do.
Nexus is here.
You don't have to take your shoes off and all that stuff. You
Yeah,
just walk right
Nexus.
through.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
I was in the airport
yeah.
getting that, because we were about to go to Key West, and I was on Marketplace looking, and this truck pops up, and my brother lives in Louisiana. As soon as I saw that truck, he started calling me. So I answered the phone. He said, "Man, I found a truck you need to go get." And I said, "Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I already knew what you was calling about." And it was down in South Louisiana. So I called the guy. I said, "Hey, I'm going to come get that truck, but it's going to be tomorrow morning." He said, "Well, I got 3 people coming to look at it. It had some problems. It had been sitting up. The brakes didn't work on it." He said, "The starter don't work on it." He said, "But we can push it and get it running." He said, "But I got 3 people ahead of you. If the truck runs, they're going to buy it." I said, "Well, you call me. I said, I'd be down there tonight, but I got to do this." I said, "I'll be sitting in your place. I'll be sitting in your driveway at daylight in the morning." I said, "But if you sell that damn truck, you better call me, because I'm going to be driving like 5 hours. If I drive all the way down there and you sold it the night before, I'm going to be pissed." So he did. I loaded up. I took my dually, and I had a big long gooseneck trailer. I stopped and got my brother, and we got down there and bought that truck. Anyway, I brought it back to the shop, worked on it for 2 years, got it all put together, and I got this Landau trailer, so I can haul these 450s and 550s. That's mainly what I got it for, because they got so heavy you can't haul them on a regular rollback wrecker. I got one of those too, but up to about a 1 ton is about all you want to do. You don't want to haul. You can haul a 450 if it doesn't have a whole lot of stuff on it, but if you get these 450s and 550s, these cranes and service beds on them, you need a big truck to haul it, and that's what I got it for.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta get what you need for your business if you can't service the vehicles that you have.
What I'm getting back to, that thing's been a big advertising tool. That thing, both of those records, man, it's great advertising tools, because everybody sees them, everybody talks about them, and it gets anything you can do to get people to talk about your business or think about it. I want everybody in South Arkansas, when their truck breaks down, I want them to think about me. And even if they take it somewhere else, I want them to be thinking, "Man, I should have took it to that guy." So I want to be at the top of mind for everybody around here.
Well, I mean, I think you've done a great job with your brand and everything. So, in your area, I think you've got that pretty much covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still want to go worldwide. My what do they call it? Mission statement. My mission statement is world domination in automotive repair. So I'm still working on the world part. I got the region covered, but I'm trying to branch out and make it the world.
Well, we need a good diesel shop in our area, so if you want to start one out here,
Well, I don't think I'll ever be a multi-location guy. That just never has been my thing.
You can open another Costco in Canada, man. There's a lot of room here.
There's actually a Costco that's for lease here in London, so that's
you go.
probably.
That's another. It's way too damn cold up there for me. I don't know if y'all know me well enough, but a big joke with with my friends from New York and Canada is about the cold. I can't. My species cannot survive in
Yeah, but
cold
you don't
weather.
gotta be here. You hire at least, like you said, 6 people. They take care of the cold continent, the cold area. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm a one mega location guy over a multi location.
This year, Zeb, what do you got planned? You got you going to Vision?
Yeah, I'll be at Vision. I'll be at Vision, and then the next one will be Tools, and then we got ASTA. Then we have that thoroughbred thing in Kentucky. Those are the events I will be at that I know of right now. If one pops up, I might slip another one in there because there's a big gap in the summer
Yeah,
um, that I don't really have anything planned, so I might do something there.
yeah. I'm planning on going to Vision, Tools, and ASTA this year. That's my goal.
Yeah, I'm excited about that Tools. I had never been to Tools,
I
but
never
I'm
been
excited to see that Hershey.
Hershey Park.
Yeah, is it like the factory where they
Yeah,
make?
it's right at
Apparently,
the
like they
factory.
got
Yep.
rides and all kinds of stuff there.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Brett Fadley has put a ton of work into that thing. He has really done well with it. I want to brag on Brett. He promotes that and has done fantastic with it. I think it was pretty run down when he took it over, and he's built that thing back up, really trying to make something out of it.
That's
If you
what I
can,
heard. It's come a long
He
way.
he'd be a good guest to have on your show if you can get him.
yeah, I'll definitely reach out. If you can make it a Tectonic, that's supposed to be a lot of fun, man. This should be a
When is
really
that one?
good. It's April. Oh man, I should know this. April 8th. I'm booked for it. I'm going 100%.
Okay, that's not too far away, and it's in Texas too, right?
It's in Houston. I don't know if I ever mentioned. I used to live in Texas.
Did you really?
Yeah, man. I used to live in San Antonio for the longest time. I
Okay.
lived there for about 10 years. So Tectonic is Houston, Texas, April 9th to the 11th, and I'm booked to go. I already got my hotel booked. I got the conference booked. I don't have a flight booked yet, but I'm not worried about that. But honestly, I think that's gonna be a huge conference, man. If you're not going, and if you are able to go, I think it's definitely worth it. There's gonna be a lot of
I
people
might
going.
try it. That's going to be tight in there with that. That's going to be right after Vision or pretty close after Vision. Let me see how
Yep.
things are going. Be hard to commit to it right now, but I would love to go. I've been kind of looking at it. I hadn't researched it enough to know exactly what day it was. I didn't want to research it too much because then that'll make me. I want to go so bad that I'll end up finding a way to go.
So Zeb, if you come to Tectonic, I'm gonna take you out for steak. You name the place. We're gonna go out for steak dinner. How's that?
All right, you gonna fool around and get me to go is what you're gonna do.
I got you, and
Tec-
Frank. I'm still trying to get you to come out, man. Tectonic. You have a good time.
Tectonics in Texas, right? I hear the Texas steak. They got like a 72-ounce steak challenge at some of
That's
those
in
Everything's
places.
Amarillo.
everything's bigger in Texas, brother.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That's 72 ounces in Amarillo. I went
Is
there
it?
one time. You ever been there, Anise?
Amarillo, never. No, I've been to Dallas, been to
Yeah, we
Houston,
went
San
to that. We
Antonio.
went to that steakhouse that they're talking about there. All my wife's people are from California, so a few times we drove out there and we stopped by that steakhouse there in Amarillo. It's something to see. It's actually pretty good too. I didn't think it was going to be that good. I thought it's a novelty act type deal.
Yeah,
It's probably going to
72
be
ounce.
what's that?
72 ounce. I
Oh, I
mean,
didn't do that. No, I didn't do that. There was a couple of people that tried it while we were there, and
I
they
mean,
didn't
I.
make it.
Oh, you know what? I read the sign. It said, in order to order the 72-ounce steak, you must have a 16-foot trailer. Remember that?
Yeah, well, I think they'll let anybody have it, anybody order it. But if you have to eat the steak, it's a steak, a shrimp cocktail, and a
Yep,
salad,
yep, yep.
and a
I
glass of
remember
tea.
that.
If
Yep.
you have to finish all four of them. I want to think Andre the Giant went in there, and I think he ate three of them. I think.
Oh
Yeah,
my
in one
gosh.
sitting. In one
Yeah, he
sitting.
ate three of them. I think two or
Yep.
three of them, something like that, and drank a case of beer while he was doing it.
Man, that's incredible.
Oh
It's
man.
something to see if you're out there. It was pretty good place to eat. It was something to
I'll
see.
have to check it out one day for sure.
I love my time in Texas. I mean, that's my second home. I mean, that San Antonio, I was there for years and years and years, and every time I go back, it's basically just getting back to home, man.
Yeah, I like. I've lived in Texas myself twice when I was a kid. My my folks, my mom and dad, they were horse trainers. They trained cutting horse. You know anything about cutting horse? You know what cutting horses are?
No.
You ever watch Yellowstone?
I've heard the show.
Okay, well you're not gonna know what I'm talking about. But anyway, on Yellowstone, when they have the horses that are sliding and doing all that stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we didn't do that, but if you watch the show close enough, you'll see horses out there with a cow, and they're working the cow back and forth. That's cutting horses. Anyway, it's big money, especially in Texas. And so my dad trained those horses basically his whole life. So
I'm gonna start watching Yellowstone tomorrow, man.
yeah, go watch it. Now the Taylor Sheridan, he plays the horse trainer in the show, and a lot of the show is embellished and added to and
Yep.
exaggerated. But the part about the where Taylor is enacting the horse trainer part, that's 100% true. That's exactly the way horse trainers are in real life. So if you watch the show, you can throw it all out the window except the part where he portrays the horse trainer, and that's true to life right there.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Especially a Texas horse trainer.
Oh man. Oh man, Zeb. We're pushing about an hour and 11 minutes, so I think we're gonna call it here. I really appreciate you, man, taking the time out of your busy schedule to come out and talk to us.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. This was great.
Man, like I said, I'm always up for a pod.
and now we
I
know.
love talking about myself. So I'm up for it anytime. That's my favorite subject. I can go on it for hours. So if you ever need to fill a spot, just holler at me, and I'll get on here and talk about myself as long as you want me to.
Look, like I said, on Monday, I'm going on Facebook Marketplace. I'm looking for a 16-foot trailer. When they ask me what I need it for, I'm gonna say Zeb Beard said I need a 16-foot trailer to be a man.
That's right.
So I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna park it. I'll just drive something on the trailer, let it sit there for the next few years, and figure out something.
Well, I tell you, it'll change your life. That one thing will change your life. I can go on and tell you.
And here I thought coach is gonna change my life. Now I just got my 16
You just got all the coaching you needed right here, and it was free.
I'm telling you, get that 16-foot trailer. Within an hour, you're gonna feel so much better about yourself. There ain't gonna be nothing that you can't do. You can accomplish anything.
Zeb, I'm just going to hire you as my coach because I think I got enough advice I need on this whole podcast right now.
I do it for free. I won't even charge you.
All right, man. I appreciate you coming on with us. And honestly, I got to say, personally, congratulations on what you've done and getting to where you are, being in the massive building you are. I can definitely say that was not easy. That was a lot of hard work that you put in.
It sure was.
And congratulations to you. And thank you so much for chatting with myself and Frank. And we really appreciate it, man.
Man, thank you for the praise and the recognition, and thank you for having me on. It's an honor to be on these podcasts. I love it. So it's special to me to get invited onto one. So
Of course, man. You're like a little bit of diesel royalty, man, in the whole scene, man. We appreciate you coming on, brother.
all right,
Yeah,
anytime.
absolutely.
All right, man. Thank you so much, buddy.
All right, I'm going to bed.